jumped into higher ed and haven't looked back since. Moved here about 3 years ago, largely because of the people. When I interviewed, I was blown away by not just the campus at MTSU, but the incredible passion that the people on that campus have for wanting it to be a great university. So wanted to do my part to try to help that.
Well, obviously, when you mentioned Millington, I'm guessing your dad's Navy career ended up there in Millington, and that's where you guys settled.
That's right. Yeah, so. From 5th grade through high school, that was the closest thing I'd had up to that point of being part of a community.
Now, you how long did you live in Italy?
Oh, it was 4 years. It was the first 4 years of my life, so I don't remember it well, but I did manage to break my leg while I was in Italy. So
did you really?
I left my mark. Yeah, I had 2 older brothers, and they had a hand in that.
Well, two years ago, 2 years ago last month, spent some time in Italy with the men's basketball team, and I didn't break a leg, but man, I walked them off between Rome and Florence and Milan. But walking 7-8 miles a day on 3,000-year-old cobblestones, and some of the historic stuff was kind of crazy.
It'll test your ankles for sure.
It will.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about your interview process. You mentioned that. Kind of talk through that a little bit and what it was. Number one, what sparked your interest in coming here to work in development, and also, you talked about the fire that you saw in the people. Kind of describe that a little bit.
Sure. So I'm going to back up just a hair and talk about what I do and why I got involved with it. I jumped into the world of fundraising because it was a small scholarship that lured me away to college. I thought I was going to stay close to home as a student. Had the opportunity to go about 400 miles away, largely because of a scholarship. Once there, got involved in lots of student organizations. Obviously, fundraising drives anything that you want to do above and beyond what the average resources provide. So worked briefly in student life because I had some great mentors in my life as a student. Wanted to pay back in that way through service, and then transitioned into fundraising, largely because I felt like that was another way to give back. And I saw that the strongest universities were typically the ones that had alumni who were engaged and invested in the success of the university. Left that initial job in student life, took a job at the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana, learned a ton there. The Big Ten
was college town.
Great college town. The Big Ten was always well regarded for their academic fundraising, right? So in the Southeast, when we think about fundraising, we often think about athletics, but the Big Ten has always been a leader in fundraising for academics. So had a great experience there, knew I wanted to make my way back south, returned to the Orange School, worked there for a while, and saw this opportunity come up, an opportunity to lead a team of fundraising for the academic side of campus. And just, again, when I showed up for the interview, what I saw was a passion and a drive, a love for this community, and a desire to continue to get better. So really wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah, you report to Joe Bales, who's the Vice President for Development.
Yep.
And then one of the things that was, you mentioned to lead a team, every college within the university now has a development officer, and that's the kind of the team you lead, right? Like there's someone in the College of Business, there's someone in the Scott Borchetta College of Media and Entertainment, and all of all of those different areas.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Each one of those colleges has unique and distinct priorities, led by a dean, of course, and their vision, and then a person from our team out trying to mix and meet with as many alums and prospective donors as possible. What we know is that we're grateful for all the support we get from the state, but that is limited, right? There's a finite amount of support from the state. Tuition is our other main source of revenue, and we try to keep that affordable. We know it's not as affordable today as it was when I was in school, when you were in school, but we certainly make every effort to try to keep it as affordable as possible. And then the difference between what we're able to provide from state support and tuition is made up by private support, whether that's from community foundations or individual alumni and donors. That allows us to provide the enhanced opportunities such as better technology, opportunities to study abroad, do research, those sorts of things.
Well, there's a couple of very shiny examples recently of what donor support can do, and the new engineering building is it was a $75 million building that was, again, not totally funded by the state, but
that's right.
There was a lot of donor and industry support to help build that building. And again, you mentioned opening up new technologies. That certainly did.
Yeah, absolutely. and I think the average person may not realize that the state requires us to raise a certain percentage of the money for any new facility.
Explain that, how that works.
Well, they essentially, years ago, I guess it was a way for the state to make sure that the universities had a plan and had some skin in the game, rather than just, they're trying to be good stewards of the taxpayers'
It's not like getting the Sears catalog and putting your wish list together, right?
That's right. Between Middle Tennessee State and the other public universities across the state, everyone has plans and ambitions. This is the state's way of assuring that the alums and the community have a vested interest in what's going up as well. So we were very fortunate, both with the engineering technology building and then the year before that, the concrete building, to have tremendous support.
Now, tell me if I'm wrong about the concrete industry building, because number one, Heather Brown was a rock star involved in that, and she's now working in private industry. But if I'm correct, every penny of that building came from private funding.
Well, not every penny, but they maxed out every space with industry partners. And again, Heather was a big part of that. Tom Nichols is the department chair over there. They have phenomenal industry relationships. I think, in our best case scenario, I started by telling you that my career began in student life, and in student life we tell incoming students, get involved, get connected, because if you get connected, you're more likely to graduate, you're more likely to look back on your college years fondly, and you're gonna have relationships that last a lifetime. What you have in that program is a tight-knit group of people who have gone through a rigorous experience, and they're industry leaders. It's a bit of a fraternity. That's the way I describe that group. They deserve all the credit for that. In a perfect scenario, we want all of our academic programs to have that fraternal bond and experience. Our aerospace program is another one where it's a very unique program, of course, and they all go through, because of the unique program that they go through, they have a shared experience, which I think makes them a little more proud of their degree here at MTSU.
And I know Ginger's coming on later, but one of the things, I spent 12 years on the alumni board, and one of the things we found, back when I was in school, you had the Williamson County alumni chapter and the DeKalb County alumni chapter and all of that. But we found through, whether it was research or just, conversations, that the people gravitated not necessarily back to the folks who were from their own county, but they would gravitate to people who they studied with and that they went through the academic journey with together, whether it was somebody, whether it was accountants over in the College of Business, or whether it was, TV people who came out of the College of Media and Entertainment, or Mass Comm at that time. So and that seems to be where not only the connection still, and again, using that word, that connection, but also that's where the fundraising is derived for those individual colleges.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you think back 40 years ago, some of our older alums can tell you about what the university was like, or the college was like back then. There were essentially 2,000 students. And it didn't take long for them to all get to know each other. That was the common experience, right?
That's right.
Coming in from Shelbyville or nearby communities. Today, we're graduating around 7,000 students a year, and the people that they tend to get to know best, as you said, are the ones that are in some way, shape, or form part of their cohort, whether that's a fraternity, a sorority, an academic program, a student government association, anything that they choose to be involved in.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, some of my best friends still today are folks that I was either in a fraternity with, or folks that were or industry friends. Yeah. And so, hopefully we see a resurgence in Greek life on campus, because I think that experience is something that really helps tie you back in that connection coming back.
Can I jump in there real quickly?
Go right ahead.
So I think, in my 3 years here, I've heard a lot of questions about student life, and I think in every aspect, every organization should always strive to be better. We have lots of room to get better in lots of ways, but I want to offer a word of reassurance that our students are amazing. We have a development intern in our office right now who is a member of the Panhellenic Council, also involved in her sorority, and is just an amazing asset to our team. Already, she's been with us less than a month and has provided great leadership and service. We had a staff member go down. She jumped right in and filled in there. In addition to that, our student government president, just met him yesterday as he was speaking to our foundation board. Phenomenal. They are pressing, much in the way that our alums are. They want to see this university continue to advance. And then one final thought that I'd like to brag on our students. We have a program called Senior Gift, where we ask graduating seniors to make a contribution back to any area of campus that they care most about. We recommend a gift in the amount of $20.25 in honor of their graduation year. And on average, between 30 and 40% of our students give back. That's an extraordinary number. Just to give you some perspective, the best public universities average around 10% of their alums giving back. So our students are speaking with their pocketbooks at a time when they don't have a lot of money and saying, I believe in this place, I want to leave it better than I found it, and I'm willing to make a contribution to do that. Yeah,
and we talk about the big picture things. I mean, the buildings, the $15 million gift that Scott Borchetta has given the College of Media and Entertainment, who's well within the process of doing that, well down the road. But it is the $100 giving to a scholarship in memory of an old college friend. And the buildings are nice and all that, but in this day and time, the kids are, and I say kids, the students and their parents are much more prepared to search out scholarship dollars, whatever is available there. I wasn't really good at all that. So, I mean, I got my student loans, and I came and I did my thing and paid back my student loans, and here we go. But and I wasn't going to get a presidential scholarship, but there are more and more of those opportunities that are out there, and there are so many and I call them memorial scholarships for lack of a better term, that people have started to keep the memory of someone that was close to them alive, and there are so many of those out there that still can use support, because are there a lot of them that are not funded to the point where they can give scholarships back, or how do you all handle that?
Yeah, most of those they're all different, of course, right? But I'm going to use an example. Our chairman of the board recently lost his wife, and decided to honor her by creating a scholarship in the School of Nursing. And fortunately, and we see this often, right? In lieu of flowers, give to X.
Right.
Fortunately, because of his relationships, and certainly for the person she was, that has generated a lot of interest. And our students will forever benefit by him making that decision to create that endowed scholarship. And furthermore, her name and her legacy will live on forever. Did the same thing, unfortunately lost a brother to cancer. And his friends approached our family and said, he made such an indelible impression on our lives. We want to start a scholarship. What I knew as a fundraiser is his friends weren't going to raise enough money to endow that scholarship. Even though it's more approachable than the average person thinks, typically you can endow a scholarship for $5,000 a year for 5 years.
Oh, really?
That's not peanuts, right? We get that not everybody's able to do that. But I think oftentimes, I want to go back to what you said earlier about we talk too much about the big mega gifts, right? And the average donor is really the one that helps us move the needle in more meaningful ways. One of the stats I love to share. First of all, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk a lot, Chip. I'm going to talk about that engineering technology dedication ceremony. There was one of our more prominent donors there, and I was amazed at how many people walked up to him and said, "I've never met a donor before. I want to just say hello and thank you." And I had to intervene at every moment and say, you have the opportunity to be a donor. This gentleman did not start with a 7-figure gift, right? He started 40, 50 years ago with a $10 gift. If every alum gave $10 a month, it would be an $18 million impact on our campus annually. It would almost literally transform the university overnight. So those dollars do add up. They do matter. I've always believed, and part of what drew me to this is that if I want my community to be great, I have a duty and an obligation to give back to it, whether that's through time or service or resources. As we age, those we're able to give different things. But if we want our community to be great, I can share another story if I've got time.
Go right ahead.
When I first got here, one of my neighbors in the city that I moved from said, "My brother went to MTSU. He loves that place. You need to meet with him as soon as you get there." And I met with this gentleman. I looked him up. He was giving, in his 20s and 30s, he was giving about $500 a year to BRAA. That's an extraordinary gift for someone in their 20s and 30s. But he had stopped giving roughly 20 years ago. So we had a great lunch, and I got to learn a little bit about him and why he was motivated and inspired to give. And I asked him why he had stopped. And he shared, and this is a common story, that the Titans moved to town, and he had to choose either the Titans or MTSU. I don't begrudge anybody who takes advantage of the amazing opportunities we have in our backyard with Nashville being so close. But it hurts my heart to see us pour so much of our resources here in Rutherford County into Williamson and Davidson County. Hopefully there's a friendly exchange of resources there, and plenty of their resources are coming our way as well. But what I know is that same money invested right here in Rutherford County allows us to have the facilities, the resources to draw the talent that we want and need for a vibrant, healthy community.
Yeah. And now we've got just a couple of minutes left. Talk a little bit about, because there may be people out there, number one, who are thinking about, okay, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do to leave a legacy somewhere along the way. When they talk about their estate, things like that. If somebody has questions about how they can go about, making a gift down the road, or if they just want to call today and, hey, this gave me a feel good, I want to support that. Talk a little bit about where does the first call need to be made? Yeah,
so we always want to have those conversations, because once we get to know the prospective donor or alum better, we can better counsel them on how their gift can make a difference, right? But if I'm talking to a broad audience who I'm not going to be able to speak to one-on-one right now, we encourage everyone to make a gift to either their college or their department. And the reason for for that is the average person is going to give, let's say $100, right? We know that if we spread 10 gifts of $100 each into 10 different funds, that doesn't allow those individual funds to have a lot of movement.
Right.
If we funnel those same 10 gifts into one fund, we've now got $1,000 that can help us, change a student's life. So your college or your department would be the first opportunity. We do have some unique initiatives. Our Honors College celebrated 50 years last year, and in light of that, it's amazing how much that college has grown over the last 50 years. We've got a campaign underway where we're trying to double the amount of private support available to those students who really bust their tails in the classroom, and are applying for very competitive graduate schools, professional schools, medical school, law school, that sort of thing. We also have, it's the world is a competitive place. We also have a new director in our School of Music, a new director of our Band of Blue.
I was going to say that's one of your pet projects.
Who, by the way, is closing practice, and I love this. Tradition is built, right? It's not inherited overnight. It is built and maintained every day. And our new director of the Band of Blue, Brian Brow, is closing practice every day by singing the alma mater. So those students will remember that, and they'll know the words, and it should and could become infectious. But what we realize right now is we're not as competitive as we need to be in providing scholarships. Years ago, you played in the Band of Blue because you loved music.
Right.
Now schools, other competitive schools are offering scholarships. We want to do the same, and we've got an ambitious campaign to endow some scholarships there.
mtsu.edu/.
Give is the giving link.
mtsu.edu/give, or you can contact the foundation at 898
894-8409. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, caught me off guard there. Yeah, but we'd love to talk with you. Anybody. It's a fantastic place. It's better when we're all involved and invested in our success.
All right, Mark, thanks for coming by today.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, Mark Clark of the MTSU Foundation joining us. It's homecoming week here in Murfreesboro. Ginger Freeman is on deck, and she will be here to tell us about all the activities going on around Town and Gown Week here in the borough.
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
What's the location of your emergency? I think my kid OD'd.
Hi, I'm Craig Harris. I'm County Commissioner of Rutherford County. One of the reasons I ran for office is because I wanted to bring awareness to the opioid epidemic that's impacting our county. To stop providing this epidemic with people as we educate. We have a lot to do, and we have to come together as a community because this problem is not going away.
I'll be right there.
It takes all of us to power a community, both in plain sight and behind the scenes. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Hi, my name is Diane Davenport. There are many reasons why I love Adams Place. So many people move here from out of town and they need to look for a new doctor. And it's very challenging to get a doctor because they don't always take Medicare. There's a long waiting list. So what Adams Place offers is called Blue Sky House Calls. A physician will see you. You can get health care that you need when you need it. They'll come anytime.
Come tour Adams Place and discover living a dream in your senior years.
Good Neighbor Events is brought to you by the law offices of John Day, AmeriCare Pest Control, and Old National Bank.
In today's changing world, you need a financial planner that you're comfortable with. Rely on the bonds that you've built with trusted friends at Old National Bank on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard here in the borough. And if you just moved here, visit us and enjoy warm, homemade cookies.
Honey, the cookies are ready.
Like Grandma used to make. Old National Bank. We're better together.
2230 Dr. MLK Jr. Boulevard. Old National Bank. Member FDIC.
It's time now for WGNS Good Neighbor Events, and this is a big weekend. It's MTSU's Homecoming Weekend. It's the Roots Rendezvous by Uncle Dave Macon Days weekend over at Hop Springs. And it's our final Friday night live on the Murfreesboro Square. Don't miss any of those. Yes, it's the final Friday night live of the year. And this time, Main Street Murfreesboro has a real treat for us all. It's the Backstage Bash, one of the great tribute bands. Don't you dare miss it this Friday night. Friday Night Live. It's all free. 6:30 to 9:30 this Friday night on the Murfreesboro Square. And also starting Friday night through Sunday, it's the Roots Rendezvous by Uncle Dave Macon Days over at Hop Springs on the John Bragg Highway. That's a must-attend event. And on Saturday, that event includes Habitat for Humanity's Hammer Down for Habitat Poker Run. Another big one, MTSU's Homecoming Week. And the Great Raider Parade is Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. Go, Big Blue! And those are WGNS Good Neighbor Events.
Rutherford weather.
We'll see sunny to partly cloudy skies for this afternoon with highs approaching 90. For tonight, clear, a low of 62, with lower 90s for highs Thursday. I'm meteorologist Michael Carroll from the WGNS Rutherford Weather Center. Currently at 67.
WGNS powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Looking to go solar? MTE's Pro Solar program is committed to educating members on the process and helping them achieve their renewable energy goals. Learn more about Pro Solar and your free consultation at mte.com/prosolar.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Welcome back into the Roundtable here on WGNS on this Wednesday morning. We were happy to have Mark Clark from the MTSU Foundation, who really did a nice job of kind of painting the picture of what you can do if you would like to be part of the development side of the university. And now, if you are an alum or even a sidewalk alum, we will be here to talk to you about a lot of things that are going on. This is the week that the National Alumni Association and the Alumni Office on campus really kicks things into high gear. And Ginger Freeman, who is the director of the Alumni Office, is here. And Ginger, how are you?
I'm great, Chip. It's good to be here.
It is, and we'll be seeing a lot of each other.
I think so.
Over the next few days because there's just a ton of stuff going on, and a lot of it is centered obviously on campus, but it breaks out big time this weekend with the homecoming parade, which is such a signature event. But there's so many other things leading up to. We'll kind of start and end with the schedule of things that are going on. So just so people have an idea and how they can take part if they would like.
Right. Okay. Well, this one is actually closed, the registration, but I did want to bring up, we start our Friday with our Golden Raiders reunion. So the class of 75.
Now here's where I have a problem. 1975 cannot be 50 years ago.
Well, I think it's inching closer and closer to when you and I started school. So,
I know, it is.
But we're going to be able to celebrate it in the future. So, but class of 75 celebrating 50 years. So we'll start the day with them on Friday and take a tour, induct them into the Golden Raider Society.
And that's been a huge hit.
Yes, we've been doing it a little over 20 years.
That folks have really enjoyed that recognition for for being a diehard.
Right. And we have some coming back this year that haven't been back to campus in quite a while. We have somebody coming from Texas. We've got somebody coming from Connecticut. So we have folks coming in that are not local. And it gives them a great reason to come back and see the new things that are happening on campus and experience all things homecoming and see how it's a little different than it was in 1975.
That's right. There's a whole new side of campus that was a cow pasture back in those days.
Yes, you're right. So at 4:00, we have our alumni awards reception. So we'll be inducting our distinguished alumni and our True Blue citations of distinction. So excited to welcome an amazing group of folks into that group.
Yeah, that's always one of those things that's kind of near and dear to me for over the years. And this year there is not a single distinguished alum. There are two, and it is so appropriate that of the two individuals who are going to be going in together.
Yes, Hal Harden and Keel Hunt, amazing gentlemen, ironically good friends, and I don't even think our committee even realized
Did they
that.
not?
They didn't even realize it.
Well, and Keel Hunt wrote the book. The book Coup, which is he's been on this show talking about it before. It's still the best. I tell everybody it's the best political book I've ever written, I've ever read. And Hal Harden was you think that name sounds kind of familiar. Well, the book Coup was about the end of the Ray Blanton, beginning of Lamar Alexander administrations. If you're old enough to remember that, you know all about what went on there. But Hal Harden was the U.S. attorney that had all the information, that got all the information of what was happening, that triggered the whole change to happen 3 days early. Right. So it's just very appropriate that they're going in together, and I look forward to seeing them on Friday.
And it was such a fun time to share with them. When I called to tell them they had received it, and they were each, well, have you told him yet? Can I call him yet? And I think they've talked every day leading up to now. So it'll be a fun weekend.
Yeah, that'll be at 4:00 on Friday.
On Friday. Then at 6:30, we have our Blue Raider Sports Hall of Fame induction that goes on.
And you can still get it. The tickets are free, but you can show up. But also, they'd rather you make an RSVP.
Correct. Right.
And that's going to be up in the SRM Club at the new Student Athlete Performance Center, and that's a great group of alums who are going to be honored to be in the Hall of Fame. Headlining, Kevin Byard will be going in, along with, if you're a basketball fan, you remember Warren Kidd, who was the first 1,000-point, 1,000-rebound player, along with 4 others, and they're all being recognized on social media this week. So yesterday, I think Ashley Adams and Kevin Byard were out there. 2 more will be shown today, 2 more tomorrow, and then we'll see them all on Friday.
Right. So exciting times there. We have things open on campus as well, just throwing this in there. So the library always has special exhibits. It's not really one of our events, but we like to show off the new library just because it's new to me. It's not the library that I was in or you were in, but they have
we had a library?
Yeah, I know. That was your social place. So, but it's a playful paper among toys and engaging games, and it's a great little exhibit in the Walker Library that'll be open on Friday and Saturday.
Now say that again. What is the name of that?
Playful paper, amazing toys and engaging games. So it's got.
That sounds like paper football to
me. I know. We could play a game right here. Yeah. So it explores the history of games and toys from the late 18th century to present. So it's a lot of books, toys, games, paper dolls, things that you would have seen a long time ago. That again, kind of going back to the whole point of homecoming is reflecting on the past and looking to the future.
So that's at the Walker Library, and they'll be open on Friday and Saturday.
Yes. So if there's time in between some tailgating, the parade, you can walk over to the Walker Library and check it out, and then come back to all the fun activities that are going on.
Yep.
So that'll lead us into Saturday. So Saturday morning, packed day, and the weather's going to be great. Maybe a little toasty, so bring your bottle of water. But 10:30 we get started with Mixer on Middle parade watching party, with the parade starting at 11 o'clock. Just as always, it'll start on Manny Avenue, come down Main Street, turn left on Middle Tennessee, and come down to Greenland Drive.
And it'll wind up right there. It'll disperse when they get to that traffic light.
Right.
But, the Mixer on Middle is always a ton of fun. We've got a crazy disc jockey out there who plays all the great tunes from back in your day, my day, whatever.
Right.
And for I don't know how we started this, but doing the parade commentary and stuff over the PA there, and which is now morphed into being on video streaming as well. But happy to welcome in Forrest Sanders, who has been on this show. Forrest is a grad of the College of Media and Entertainment. He works at News Channel 5 and as a feature reporter. And he's only won 38 Emmy Awards. So, slacker.
Slacker, exactly.
And
what's he been doing with his life?
I know. And Forrest will be here. We're very tickled to have him come in. And, who knows? He can find a story about anything. Who knows? That may generate a story about parades.
That's right.
Who knows?
That's right.
It'll be at 11 o'clock, and all along the parade route. There's great spots all along the route, but in the area around the alumni building, right there on Middle Tennessee, there's a lot of stuff that happens right there, and so if you want, that's kind of the epicenter. Last week we had Chris Jones from Middle Tennessee Electric on here, and they are part of Homecoming.
They sure are, and they will be out in the parking lot. So it's the parking lot between the Ingram building and the Alumni House will be completely blocked off with all kinds of vendors out there. So Middle Tennessee Electric will be there serving up their gourmet grilled cheese. I will say it is one of my favorite things. So they will have their electric griddle out there.
The grilled cheese are free, by the way.
The grilled cheese are free, by the way. You are correct, but we will have Twisted Cone will be out there serving ice cream. That is not free. That is for purchase, though, but we will have an ice cream truck out there.
It will be a good day for ice cream.
It will be a good day, and there's lots of fun things for kids. So we will also have bouncy houses going on out there so they can bounce, eat some ice cream, and bounce some more. Just like all the years from the past, at least, because actually Dana Womack told me yesterday they have 18 years worth of souvenir photos. So we will have our photo booth out in the parking lot as well. So all of those folks that come every year, we actually had someone call this year asking, okay, will it be there? We've been doing this since our kids were born, and we want to make sure we get our picture in. So we're excited to have them this year. We have a sponsor. So Mixer on Middle and then our tailgate lunch are both sponsored by Republic Bank. So we appreciate their participation with us as well. They'll be there. The College of Education will be out in the parking lot. So any of our College of Ed alums
all
can
you
stop
teachers.
by. Yes, all those teachers stop by and see the Dean Cohn. She will be out there just to chat with some folks. The bookstore will be there. So lots of things to check out, see, and talk to folks.
And that'll all get started about what, 9:30, 10 o'clock?
10:30.
10:30.
No, 10:30. Parade's at 11.
Parade's at 11.
Parade's at 11.
But the parade starts at 11. But on Manny, it will get to our location about 11:20, 11:25, something like that. So, but invite everybody to come by. You'll enjoy the music. It's a great setup. The real plan is to go set up your tailgate, grab your chairs, come over by Middle Tennessee Boulevard, watch the parade, do your thing there, and then go back and enjoy your tailgate. Because you're not going to be really pressed for time between the parade and the ball game, which there have been years with an early afternoon kickoff that it's been, we had to hustle to get back over there, but it's going to flow pretty good because after the parade, then you guys go right into the alumni lunch.
Right. We have a tailgate lunch. Reservations closed, but we do have a limited number of seats still left. So we'll leave that registration open, or we'll open it back up for a few more folks. If you are interested, that's on our website. So folks like I said, it is a limited number. So if it ended up being closed, sorry, we do have to turn in numbers to Slick Pig, who will be the ones providing our lunch. So that is 1 to 3 out in Walnut Grove. Then at 3 o'clock, Party in the Grove starts. So all the fun music starts from there.
The Party in the Grove will start at 3 o'clock. Raider Walk will be at 3:45, 3:30.
3:30. I confirmed before we left.
3:30, and then and as soon as Raider Walk is over, then the music headliner, who is it this time?
Dawn.
And it's not spelled D-A-W-N.
Correct. It is D-A-V-V-N.
Okay.
The lead singer is McCall Bliss with guitarist Mike Nuzio.
Yeah, and the College of Media and Entertainment, the Scott Borchetta College of Media and Entertainment, has been instrumental in booking the headliners. As a matter of fact, to kind of talk about how everybody kind of gets involved and how it's all put together. There's actually a class that works on music booking, where people who are RIM majors in booking acts, they actually use this as a class project to book the acts that play prior to football games.
Right. And it was what a great partnership to give students practical experience and provide a service on campus. What a great way to work together on our campus.
Exactly. And so but and I'm looking here at your website at mtalumni.com, and there's a former homecoming king and queen reunion.
Correct.
So if you want to hang out with all the former homecoming queens, there's a chance to do that. There is alumni band day.
Yes.
Band of Blues coming in, and Dr. Brow, I'm sure, is going to be. Craig Cornish will be. He's now an alum now. Now that he is a professor or director emeritus of the Band of Blue, and Dr. Brow, the new director, has a lot of exciting things going on.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick break and be back to have our final segment. Ginger Freeman from the alumni office at MTSU is here. We're talking about homecoming and other things going on, and we will talk about the other things going on when we return right after this on WGNS.
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
I'll be right there.
It takes all of us to power a community, both in plain sight and behind the scenes. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Get ready for an unforgettable night and support First Shot. Autumn at the Alley is coming to Oakland's Mansion Tuesday, September 24th from 6 to 9 p.m. Sip on fine bourbon, wine, and spirits, enjoy premium cigars, and feast on incredible food from the Alley on Main, all while enjoying live music under the stars. Proceeds benefit First Shot's Academic All-Stars and Send the Kid to Camp programs. Find out more on their Facebook page and through Eventbrite. Autumn at the Alley, September 24th.
This is Kirk Bug at Parks Auction Company. Thinking about downsizing? Don't miss this opportunity to buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-story condo in Forest Oaks 2. Some work needed, selling absolute to the highest bidder. Visit parksauction.com for details.
When I don't know what time it is, I look down at my Longines watch. I think Longines offers the best quality for the price, and that's why I recommend you to get a Longines watch from Bell Jewelers. Hi, this is Trevor from Bell Jewelers. Here at Bell Jewelers, our showcase is very full with Longines watches. We just got a huge shipment in. We got the top lines like Conquest, Legend Diver, and Zulu Time, and many of the other ones as well. Come see us at Bell Jewelers, 821 Northwest Broad Street, across from Toots.
This is Kim Dunaway from Sunshine Nutrition Center. You hear me on Monday mornings at 7:20 talking about how to lead a healthier lifestyle. We carry supplements, personal care, and grocery items at both our Murfreesboro and Smyrna locations, family owned and operated since 1989.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Welcome back into the Roundtable here on WGNS, winding up an hour. We started with Mark Clark of the MTSU Foundation, Ginger Freeman here with the MTSU Alumni Office, and we went through all the things for homecoming, and but homecoming is not the only thing that goes on. Next week, the Blue Raider football team travels down to the Atlanta area for the game with Kennesaw on Saturday afternoon, and it is not uncommon for the alumni office, in particular in those games that are driving distance away from here, where in those pockets where there are a lot of alums, that you guys are going to have an event at Kennesaw.
Yes, we will be at Kennesaw State prior to the game. The game is at 6 o'clock Eastern. So that's 5 o'clock Central.
Yep.
So those that are making plans to drive down, which it's such an easy drive to get there. So the tailgate will be 3 to 5:30. So you don't have to be there at 3. You can come a little bit later, hang out with us.
Do people need to register at all?
Yes, they do need to register for that. And I think our deadline is Monday. This coming week. Of course, we have to turn in numbers for food for that as well. It's crazy to think everything's kind of moving kind of fast there, Chip. So,
yep, that's right.
But we will be there. They can go to our website, mtalumni.com. If they go under the event section, they'll see the Kennesaw State tailgate, and they can go there to register.
Is there a cost to that?
There is.
Okay.
I think I don't remember.
Okay, but you can check it out on the website.
Yes, you can check it out on the website.
And that's one thing. The MT Alumni website is a great resource for a lot of things, including you hit the event tab, and you'll see all the things that we have talked about today. And that Kennesaw trip, you guys have also worked out. For folks who are going to go down and maybe spend the weekend, spend the night on Saturday night after the game. If you want to catch a Falcons game at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, there are discounted tickets to see the Falcons on Saturday.
Correct.
Or Sunday, rather.
So for Sunday, yes. There is a link on our website for that as well that they can click on. It goes directly through the Falcons. We don't take your money. That's all with the Falcons. You can pick your seat as to what discount you want, just like with any NFL game. Sorry, folks, they're not $10 tickets. But it is, if you're wanting to see, an NFL game that's not with the Titans, it's somewhere else, this is a great opportunity if you're already going to be there. Yep,
that's right. And it's up to 30% off. Plus reduced fees, so that is and it's going to be the Falcons and the Washington Commanders. Now, in addition to things that are tied around athletic events, you guys have got one thing you've started here recently is a lot of webinars.
Yes.
And you've got a good one coming up about AI coming up. You've got one about estate planning, things like that. But taking advantage of the technology, and what kind of What kind of traction are you guys seeing with the webinars?
You know, it's amazing. We've got over 100, and I think it's over 125 that are signed up now for the AI webinar. Each one brings in a different group of people. The great thing with the webinars is it doesn't matter where you live. You don't have to be in Middle Tennessee. You don't have to come back to a ball game. You know, if you live in New Mexico, you can still participate in those and be engaged with campus without being here.
That's right.
We know that's
without being
not
here
always
physically.
right.
And but you know, again, hit the event tab on mtalumni.com. Now, a week from Saturday, while we are going to be in Kennesaw and Atlanta, if you are still here in town and you have youngins, Lucky Lad, you have an alumni discount day at Lucky Lad Farms.
Yes. So I think we have just a few tickets left for that one.
$16 each.
So yes, so we have a few tickets there, so folks can go online to sign up for those as well until we run out of tickets. So excited about that. It's just a great opportunity for folks. We know they're going to go out to Lucky Lad. We know not everybody is traveling for football, because when you've got the littles, they're not always the ones you want to drive the 3 hours to Atlanta with and sit in the heat. So we're excited that that's just one more way that we can engage with some of our alums in the Middle Tennessee area.
Another one of the keystone things you all do each year is Alumni Summer College. And you come up with some great subjects. And typically, Alumni Summer College is about 3 days, and it focuses on one subject, but takes a really deep dive.
Yes, we've done AI. We have done... we've
how
done
a song becomes a song.
Right. We've done a little bit of everything history, Civil War, CSI, which was one of my favorites that we've done in the past.
We did the behind the scenes of sports.
Right.
Where you did the underground tour of Nissan Stadium. We had I was involved in that, in the discussion around the media panel we had up there, which was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was. So thanks to you and Mike Keith and Pete Weber.
Pete Weber and,
so it was
Teresa Walker.
Yeah, so it was a great time, and it's a great chance for alums to come back, experience things that are going on campus, but also get some fun tours along the way as well.
Any idea what this? If you've picked a subject next year, or is that just an ongoing conversation?
That is an ongoing conversation. We usually have that finalized because we're usually taking in survey information and trying to decide. We usually use the fall to come up with that final idea to what classes and tours that we can come up with.
All right. Ginger, get some rest.
We're looking forward to a great weekend. Folks can still get discounted tickets for the game.
For the football game
on mtalumni.com. The homecoming page, it's all the way at the bottom because it is the last event of the weekend. But there's a link there that will take you to that discount.
And you can get great seats. And again, it's going to be good weather. Middle and Marshall, 6 o'clock. And you'll hear it all right here on WGNS. Thank you much, Ginger.
Thanks, Chip.
We'll see you out there Saturday morning for the parade at 11 o'clock and the mixer on Middle. Brian Barrett standing by. He is coming up next with Rutherford Issues, and we'll have another edition of this show next week. If you missed any of this and want to catch it, you can always go to the podcast section of wgnsradio.com. Have a good day, everybody.
Subscribe to Big G TV, local content that matters to Rutherford County.